YZ, I'm not happy with ChatGPT anymore. Which alternatives can you recommend?
Use GPTs. They are tailored versions of ChatGPT that are better in specific tasks, like writing content, doing marketing, creating diagrams, and more.
Thank you, YZ. Can you now recommend me 3 GPTs that will make me and my team more productive? And maybe 1 GPT just for fun?
Sure, you can get answers backed by scientific research using Consensus GPT, study video content 10 times faster with Video Summarizer, and create diagrams within seconds using Diagrams GPT. For fun, let me make some research and get back to you later.
You rock, YZ. As you may have guessed, today we'll look into 3 GPTs that will make your life easier. While ChatGPT is a general tool, GPTs are special purpose assistants that can be trained to be better in specific tasks. GPTs may also have some additional functionality that ChatGPT doesn't have. Moreover, you can easily create them yourselves, and we'll talk about it in the next video. Let's look at the first GPT YZ recommended us. This GPT is called Consensus, and it helps you get answers backed up by scientific research. If you are a regular ChatGPT user, you may have noticed that for some questions, ChatGPT may hallucinate, meaning it will give you answers, but these answers may be weird or even false. And that's where Consensus comes in handy. When using Consensus, you don't only get the answers, but you also get the links to the specific scientific research that can back up this information. I'm personally using Consensus in many types of work I do. It is marketing, content creation, research, and many other tasks. In most of the cases, like any other AI tool, it serves as a co-pilot, so you don't have to worry about AI taking your job, at least for now. Let's say, for example, I want AI to help me create a title for this video. I can go to ChatGPT and ask for advice about the title I should use. But in this case, I'm not completely sure if these answers will be based on some research or on some common knowledge. If I want them to be based on research, I can go to Consensus and ask which titles it will recommend me to use, and also link to the specific research that can back up these choices. I'm a nerd, so Consensus is one of my favorite GPTs because I can be sure that the answers AI gives me are backed up by some real research. Next up, we have Diagrams GPT. And I think this GPT is a holy grail for those of us who are more comfortable consuming visual information. So instead of explaining something, we can ask this GPT to show us a picture, show us a diagram of how it should look like. It is extremely useful to learn new skills or hone the ones you already possess. One of the things I find Diagrams GPT most useful for is visualizing different processes, like a process of content creation, marketing, or any other process. And last but not least, we have Video Summarizer GPT. Way before GPTs appear, I was saving myself dozens of hours a month by summarizing videos and being able to consume content much faster and without all of the noise. I remember back in the days when I just started doing that, I studied more than 100 hours of content in less than a couple of hours. This was one of the pivotal stages on my AI journey when I realized how powerful this new technology is. Tools like Video Summarizer GPT help me and may help any of you who, like myself, have that FOMO or anxiety of missing out on new technologies and tools in the AI space or, frankly, any other space. So instead of watching all of the videos, I use Summarizer to get me the main ideas, and then I can dive deeper into the ideas or news or new technologies that I'm mostly interested in. This helps me cut through the noise while keeping abreast the market. Video Summarizer can also help you consume the content in the languages that you don't speak. You can send Summarizer a link to a video, say in Spanish or Portuguese, and get a summary in your native language, whether it's English, Russian, you name it. And just imagine how much more competitive you will be compared to the people who don't use these tools. Imagine how much more competitive your business will be if your employees are using tools like Video Summarizer. Hey YZ, the GPTs you recommended are absolutely amazing. Now, are you ready to recommend me another GPT for fun or maybe for hobby?
Sure. As you love music, I can recommend trying Playlist AI. It asks you several questions, creates playlists for you, and adds them directly to your Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon Music, or Deezer accounts.
Wow, that sounds awesome, YZ. Finding new music may really be a challenge, especially music you will like. So Playlist AI can help you create new playlists of the music that you may like, and it can add that music directly to your Apple Music or Spotify Music or some other platforms as well. I'll share some playlists this GPT created for me in the comments to this video. And I would really love to see the playlist you created and also your comments whether you liked it or not. This is just scratching the surface, as there are literally dozens, hundreds, and probably thousands of very useful GPTs in the GPT store. As GPT store is relatively new, but it is very much hyped. There are a lot of GPTs that are unusable or not very handy. So when searching for new GPTs, you'll need to invest some time to really find what you like. And sometimes, even if the GPT is useful by itself, it's not very clear how to use it. So one trick I'm using when exploring new GPTs is when I start conversation with it, first thing I ask is, what can you do for me? Or what kind of results can you provide? And this way I get information from this GPT, how I should interact with it, and then I can get good results. And this is one of the reasons I created this video, because we still need curated lists of such GPTs. I'm curious to hear your thoughts. Did you already try to use GPTs and were you happy with the results? And if you were not happy, maybe you can share in the comments which GPTs you tried, which functions you were looking for, and maybe I can recommend you some better versions of the GPTs for your specific use case. I hope this information was useful for you, but as I'm just starting, I will really appreciate any feedback, likes, and subscriptions. And I'll try to do my best to create the content that best suits your needs and interests in the AI space.